Well, the big debate one is looking forward to is that on the Constitution Day or the Constitution Divas, and on the larger issue of whether Samvidhan khatre mein hai. Remember, this was a demand which was made by the opposition parties at the Business Advisory Council, and the government agreed to it. So what is in store for both the sides? And why is it that both the sides really want to have this kind of debate and discussion? First of all, in Lok Sabha, it's going to take place over the weekend, and the Prime Minister himself is going to be responding. Of course, as an LOP, Rahul Gandhi is also expected to speak in Lok Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, this debate is expected to take place next week. Let's talk about why the opposition wants a discussion on it. Remember, the fulcrum of the India Bloc campaign in the Lok Sabha election was that Red Book, which was the constitution. Even when they took oath in Lok Sabha as well as in Rajya Sabha, all the India Bloc MPs held a copy of the Samvidhan in their hand to make the point that a good electoral results and the fact that the BJP did not even attain a simple majority was because the people were convinced that Samvidhan khatre mein hai. The points which the India Bloc has been making, which is what they are going to make at the debate, is that on multiple grounds, our constitutional principles are in danger. India's democracy is under siege. One, the electoral process. Remember how the India Bloc, especially after Maharashtra elections, said that the faulty EVM machines, the entire electoral process, a pliant election commission are responsible for results which does not make any sense at all. In fact, the NVA is planning to approach the court against the electoral results of Maharashtra as well. That's going to be one point which is going to be cited as why this kind of a discussion is important. Apart from this, the attack on minorities, the Sambhal violence, these are the important facts. But for Rahul Gandhi, the biggest example on why he thinks the constitution is under siege is what he calls crony capitalism. He says that government should be of the people and by the people. But the Narendra Modi government is only for one or two handful of people who are rich industrialists. And therefore, the opposition will try and prove there is a need that people need to understand that BJP is not the government to have in power at the center. On the basis of this, it is going to become the benchmark for their future campaigns for the upcoming state elections. But you think the government is going to be on a back foot on this? Absolutely not. In fact, the Prime Minister is going to use his harshest and strongest words to hit out at the opposition parties. And George Soros is going to figure over here. He's seen as anti-India, the OCTRP write-up, and the fact that it put up many platforms on which the opposition parties accuse this government of being anti-people. For example, the targeting of private establishments, the whole farmers' agitation, all of them, and questioning, for example, the indigenous COVID vaccines. All of them were raised by the opposition parties. The George Soros angle is going to be used by the BJP to make the point all of this was actually instigated, there's no substance to it, and the only reason why this was done was because to destabilize the country. There's a foreign hand, there are outside forces. In all of this, for the first time ever, Sonia Gandhi's name has entered. That is exactly what the BJP will say. We are accused of compromising constitutional principle, but look at the opposition parties. No respect for a constitutional position like that of the chairperson. And second, of course, is the George Soros angle. That is going to be the big takeaway coming in from the government and from the Prime Minister. So that's going to be a big debate which will, of course, be the first big one after the Maharashtra elections, and a huge opportunity to be used by both the sides to hit out at each other.